Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, dear listeners. This is Comeza Radio Africa, the voice of Comeza, the organization everybody wants to be associated with. The mind, the journey, the destiny. We apply our mind to the journey that takes us to our destiny. That is our philosophy. It's about the plugged and active mind, sharing mind, futuristic mind, and inquiring mind. The journey is about being enthusiastic in promoting our ideas, giving as we learn, retaining and investing our learnings, and searching for new opportunities. When the destiny is achieved, we see it by being productive and profitable, being socially responsible and caring, ensuring growth and sustainability, and guaranteeing renewal and survival. We inform and entertain, we develop and educate, we empower and support, we associate and network. That's the idea. We are a business and a professional management services 24/7 internet streaming radio station. We broadcast music and talk shows. Our objective is to use the African storytelling and Lekgotla conversation methodology in offering career coaching, education and learning guidance, continuous professional development, enterprise and entrepreneurship development, and connecting supply to demand. Our talk shows aim to affirm and support business professionals and entrepreneurs in their personal and professional journey of bringing difference to the world. These talk shows are to recognize excellence and greatness. Professionals and entrepreneurs are invited as recognition of the great contribution they are making to humanity. We have a network of associates, members, and stakeholders who know our quality standards and therefore make recommendations to our production team. The conversations become lifelong account of our guests' work since they are recorded on Spreaker Studio, making them immediately available on Comeza Africa Podcast, Spreaker Podcast, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Castbox, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and of course, Comeza Radio Africa. My name is Sam Zima. I am the CEO and Executive Business Coach at Comeza GOC International. You may visit our website at www.comeza-goc.com. The principles that govern the radio stations are the same principles that govern our organization, which they are win-win approach, holistic mindset, competency development, demanding accountability, ethical inclusive practice, and progressive transformation. You're welcome to be a member at Comeza Friends and Supporters Club, NPO, and that can be done online at www.comezaclub.africa. At this point, I want to welcome my guest, my sister Rahab Matebane. Greetings, my sister.
Hi there, Sam.
Are you well?
I'm very well, thank you.
I'm not going to ask about COVID-19 because it's now a way of life. Yeah?
That's true. Very much true.
We must just survive it.
True.
We can't give up. Yeah. Let's check in. Body, mind, spirit. Are we doing well? Are we healthy?
We are healthy, Sam, and we just thank God up to this far that we are healthy. Yes, thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much for agreeing to be my conversation partner. We use the story of professionals and entrepreneurs like yourself to inspire the others. You know, in the African tradition of carrying messages from generation to generation, that is the methodology we are going to use. So it's not really an interview. The focus is on you, and I'll just be facilitating our conversation. I like starting by saying that, did you start your education at kindergarten, or did you go to Dom A like I?
I think with that generation, you can't even call it kindergarten, it's like dog A. That's how it is, right? And I think the concepts were the same. It's just different era and different ages.
Yes.
That's how it's formed.
Yes, absolutely. And during those days, it was happening at the school where you will be continuing with your studies.
Yeah, I've got a very colorful primary school life. In that, so my parents, I mean, we understand that as children, often we get to live the repercussions of our parents. So I started school, was in Tsakani. It was not even called Tsakani. I think it was Brakpan at that time.
Yes.
And with the forceful removals, and my family was very, very politically involved. So we had to move to Limpopo, back to Limpopo. I lived with my mother, I think, about 3 months, and my dad moved to Limpopo. So, so I think that's where I spent most of my primary years.
Wow. So we could say that you were brought up in Limpopo.
Absolutely. That's my primary home.
Yeah. The Matebane are very common in the Sekhukhune area.
Yes, that's where they originate from.
And so Limpopo then was really the township to be in the Leboa homeland.
Yes, it was. I mean, you'd remember Limpopo was the capital city of Leboa, so I can actually walk to the old Parliament residence from home. So we were the prime and very classy, like we were better of it at the time, the classy part of Limpopo. And that just, sprung up in many areas, even academic-wise. You know, when you finished high school, how we used to go, because you remember, Limpopo, it's not as your Johannesburg, so it's very unbecoming to find a girl, child, go to shopong, standing up. You would go to the shops when you need to go and buy something.
Yes.
So during holidays, I mean, we would group ourselves or decide to go to the shops, get the group from Edunza studying physiotherapy or so it was quite prestigious. Education was quite prestigious, but it was quite balanced also in terms of your sport activities and multicultural activities. So it was really, really a nice environment to grow in, and I'm really, really grateful for that.
Yeah, I still remember very well, if we were to host a guest from the south, whether you are a child or not, we will rally around you because you will be like standing out, and you will be very different to us, and we will always think, and then they say, give another no more.
Can't be no more. That's true. I mean, I think it was right, and it's something that I appreciate. We might have lived through the era, apartheid, but what I liked were the homesteads and Bantustan, and similarly like Mangombe, Dr. Sien Patudi had his own values that he loved, his own values that he entrenched to the community. So we were in the crux of it. We were in the eye of the storm. So we had to really sponge off of everything that he's teaching us. So we're really grateful. I must be honest. I'm really, really grateful. So, I mean, those values that you still find today guiding us, it's stuff that you can never teach people. So you've got to see people emulating it. And by being children, you want to imitate them. So, yeah, it was.
And
really,
he was very passionate about Limpopo.
Very much so.
And I know that politically it was a little bit controversial because apparently there was a place, there were two places that were identified to build the capital city. And I'm not quite sure, I don't have evidence of that, but from what I heard is that it was either going to be in the Sekhukhune area, but he came from Rampatlele, so you could...
Yeah, he had to do it at home.
He had to do it at home.
Yeah, and also if you look at the map of Limpopo, So Skukuna would have been far off. I mean, Limpopo it's almost in the middle, you know?
Yeah.
So I think geographically it was quite convenient for him. And besides the fact, I mean, I didn't know that story. But besides the fact, I can imagine, besides the fact that he is from Gampahlele, so it would be like key prime area, you know?
Yes, no, absolutely.
Yeah, so,
it's right in the center. We like it when we drive to Polokwane and we go past Luwahomu. And then I can go and visit my uncle, and halfway, then I say, "Where are you going?" I say, "I'm going to town." And you know, he was an educator of note.
Absolutely.
And I think
Philanthropist and educator.
Yeah,
right.
and then he influenced it. But very interesting, talking about Luwahomu, you know the Lepelle River.
Yes, I
Now, this is very funny how people can start politics. When people from Skukune decide to go and live in Limpopo, we say that we have gone on the other side of Lepelle now. You are no longer one of us.
That's true. So it's almost like demarcates that now you're riding into civilization. So it's a transition to another class.
Yeah.
You know? But if you're not from there, you wouldn't understand, you know? And we don't take it as a bad word, but it's just, we laugh about it because it's historical and it reminds us of where we come from as a nation.
Yeah. Yeah, ba re ke leboa la kgomo le motho.
Ka nnete.
Bo leboa kgomo, bo leboa a re je bušwa, a re je nako re ja bogofa.
Absolutely true.
You can tell that I'm from Limpopo.
I can hear.
Yeah.
I've touched the nerve.
Yeah. Now tell me, the transition, you said when you left Brakpan to that side, how old were you?
I just started sub A at the time.
Okay.
So it was around 1980, if I remember well. So 79, 80.
Yeah.
And so I need to mention this because, I mean, this is just another decision, as I said earlier, where parents make decisions and you just find yourself in that whirlwind. So my parents divorced quite early in that I could not even remember my mother. So my dad, Coca-Cola in Brakpan at the time.
Yes.
And that's where we lived there. So I think it might have been a community of people that were working through in the industrial area. And yeah, it was 1979 and 80. And I remember then we moved to Polokwane. And that's where both my parents come from. And I studied sub A and then sub B. In the middle of sub B, then we had to leave because he was building a home. And my dad was somebody that believed in property and somebody that believed in economic emancipation. So he would have those kind of conversations with us, even at that early stage. So he's somebody that migrated, somebody that always had 3 or 5 jobs that he was doing, you know, and involved us. And that's where the entrepreneurship I learned it from, quite early stages in the life. So, and then we moved to Limpopo because it was a place where I'm sure he wanted better schooling for his children. And also with our family being very political, he was just tired of same environments. And I could remember even when they used to be walking up at night, he couldn't even play certain songs. He was like harassed, or because he was very stern. I mean, if he puts his mind to it, nobody can change him, and he was not easily scared of. So I mean, he was just tired. I'm sure with all these arrests and everything else. I remember very well how I knew Madam Makeba and Harry Belafonte at the time. We're not supposed to play those kind of music, but he taught us politics through music. So he was not an activist, as in going out there, congregating people, but at home with the kind of songs that he play, and he'll explain to you what those songs mean. So it was very, very evident, yeah. And we grew up Limpopo, and Limpopo we went to different schools, and also it was a new township. So the school that I went to, it was part of it at Little Bedford View.
Oh yes, I know the famous Little Bedford View.
Yes, and again, I mean, started by somebody very, very strong, Mr. Pankampahlele, which later in the years, I didn't even realize this, his son taught me at physical science at high school, and we became friends. And I mean, we buried him 2 years ago, which was very sad, but we became very close. I mean, so that's the the tapestry of it was very rich in enhancing people, developing people in all aspects. You know?
And to a certain extent, Lewahomu brought the people of Limpopo together, because you will meet people from Tanin, Palaboroa, Skukune. They will all settle down, especially if they were working either for government or some of the area, working in those areas.
True. And it would even bring people from Gauteng. I mean,
yes.
You understand, there was a school Bongwana. So Limpopo was known to be to have very good schools at the time. So there were a lot of schools around Gampatlele, Wedeki, Gampatlele, Oboboy, Marobatuta, Mahuka. But a lot of them lived around Leboahomo, because Leboahomo was quite a little bit civilized, so you could get somebody running a hostel, for example, a school kids hostel. So it brought everybody. I mean, to this day, people that have never been to Leboahomo, they wonder where my neighbor Tumuzulu, Muswati, and all that. So it was very, very diverse. It's not your typical rural area.
So for you, it was quite a blessing in disguise. Moving from Brakpan, I guess Pokwani would have been a challenge.
You know what? Kids are very dynamic, Sam. So I enjoyed my time go Pokwani. As much as it's a very faint memory, I must be honest. But I don't remember being unhappy. It might have been because I was too immature, but Leboahomo was very dynamic. Yeah, it was dynamic, and it molded who I am today.
And in which high school did you go to?
It's a colorful one also. So I went to Leboahomo High School for Senate 6, Form 1 in fact.
Yes.
And my dad wasn't happy because the school didn't produce the results that he was expecting. Needless to mention that in his mind I had to be a doctor. So and me growing up with my dad, remember he was divorced, and the year where I started high school, 1986, that's when he married my stepmother, who became very, very critical in me growing up, even further to my secondary school, and even she is the person that introduced me to the faith, believing in God, understanding who I am as a girl child and all that. So because she was an educator herself, in that year they became unhappy with Leboahomo, because Leboahomo now was full of people or kids from the south, and it was perceived at the time, they're not good company, they are unruly, so they made a decision for I need to go to Tagetala or Ngwanamhube. So Ngwanamhube was not an option because my dad just didn't like it. So I literally went to Tagetala because my stepmom, Mam Holuaga, was a vice principal at the time, and Tagetala produced good results. So that's where I ended up, Tagetala.
Oh yes, those are good schools in those years. And so you were you traveling, or you went to stay there permanently at the Tageta?
So it's like 7.5, if not that case from Leboahomo. It's quite close. So, but because my Mamuholo lives literally next door to Skolo, so it would depend. Like if it's during the week on certain days, if I've got tests and everything, I'll sleep over. But majority of the time, I would commute bus. It was BAC at the time. Yes. So we'd commute Guyona every day. And I was not the only one. There were like 4 buses in the morning that goes from Leboahomo to that school, Tagetala, and then Libo, other schools also. But ours was the first one, So that's how we used to commute.
Tell me, so did you not miss your biological mother?
I had no memory, Sam. I met my mother, and this is unbelievable. So Kotsakani lived with my dad. Yeah. And I came and lived Kopokwani for a year and a half with my mother, but I had no memory. So to an extent that when I got married, which is much later on in my years, because they were separated for whatever reason, that's the only time where I remembered her, when I reconciled with, or in fact reconnected, because I can't say reconciled because I didn't have issues with her. Yes. So I was even out of varsity. It was a 3 months before before I got married. That was 1997. So I did not miss her because I grew up with my dad. That's what I'm saying. When you're a child, I think kids are just very, very funny in that they survive things and, So I think because I spent most of my time with my dad, so there was no memory at the time, And also when he got married, because we stayed a long time with him, and it was difficult. Much as my dad loved me, my dad loved us. You couldn't easily ask for it. But where's my mother? And he did all he could, being a single parent, trying to provide so much for you. And when I became a teenager, that's when he married my stepmom, who really, really, really played a very, very big role in being a mother. And much as she was so much younger than my dad. So it's only much, much later, in fact, where I think I was in it was grade 11, where one of the teachers who went to college with my stepmom, I think they had their own differences. So she used to be very, very loving, Sam. I mean, if there was a word beyond loving, that will explain our relationship. So people outside did not even realize that she's not my mother. In that, now I was spoiled at early stages. I mean, on my birthday, she would rock up at school with flowers, with surprises, all those kind of things. And I guess the teacher did not like it. And I just heard them babulela go stuff from Hore. Oh, she's trying too hard, and maybe it's because it's not her mother.
Wow.
And I was passing Kiako principal, who at the time my mom was now principal. And I would look back, and they made sure that I knew who they were talking about me. They said, "No, I said Maro Rahab," and that just touched me. So I went to Mama Hula, cried, and Mama Hula said, "Yes, unfortunately, she's not." So that experience can tell you who
Oh man, that's rough, man. How could people do that?
It was rough. But I mean, you forgive people because I take it people speak from lack of knowledge. So I actually felt sorry for them because they did not understand the kind of relationship that I had. So whether you come and burst my bubble as a child to say that person is not your mother, but what I know is my sense of security is so high that I could not even feel any difference, I could not even fill the gap. So I was raised in a very loving environment.
Which values stand out for you that you picked up from your parents growing up that are still there today?
Sure. I think three things. Number one is humility. And humility in that you need to understand that things do not describe who you are. So people would always remember how you treated them and how you made them feel more than what you are. Secondly is just excellence. Strive for excellence. And thirdly, much as they were very good in their respective areas, they taught us that life does not revolve around you. So you need to understand that you are who you are because somebody else put efforts in you. And that's where my philanthropic life or bug started, So it was all about you need to share with other people and never judge somebody because you don't know where they come from.
Wow, beautiful. And how did we perform in high school? Great.
So the first in 1992, I didn't do that well. So because my maths, I think I got 49 in maths. My dad was not happy. My stepmom at the time, she was a biology teacher for grade 12, so she was not happy either. So, and I got pregnant. And then I was told, no, you've got to go and repeat. So I had to repeat that year, and not just for 2 subjects, but the whole year. And then that's how I got my exemption.
Wow. You had no chance with such teachers, such parents.
And Sam, these people would I mean, if you go back to Taghetale, you'd hear them even today. I mean, I do a lot of work in Taghetale as a school. So I was involved in everything. Tennis, I played tennis, drama, art. So you had to be involved in everything because she understood, because she's an educator, she understood, that a person needs to develop in all areas. So there was just no chance of you not being a leader. And Christian, student Christian movement, I was the secretary, the president, so you had to be involved in those kind of things. And back home at church, you have to be leading praise and worship and all that. So it was tough. So I didn't even have time. I don't even remember playing in the streets, by the way.
Wow. Let's hold it there. This is beautiful. When we come back, we take it from there into our post-high school studies, tertiary studies.
Okay.
Lovely.